Hey, it's Eli aka Atlas, and yes, you read that title right. There really is no such thing as art block. And in this video I'm going to explain why. You can take this as an art tip, but I think you could easily apply these principles to anything else that you're having trouble progressing in or have hit a plateau with. Firstly, what is art block? Some people define it as a lack of ideas, which is impossible. Others define it as a lack of enthusiasm or drive, which is ridiculous. And others characterize it as the inability to get what's in your head down onto paper precisely as envisioned. Many years ago, when I was probably around 10 or 11 or even younger, I had made many comic book series. I used to take a stack of papers, staple them together, and give myself a week to finish the book from the story's inception to the final, usually sparse colors, which I used to do with the twistable Crayolas back when they were new. It was a good entryway into comic making as I established and maintained a certain schedule and quality of art, and even though it wasn't that great, it helped to instill a routine in my mind, a work ethic of sorts. And here is one such book. I'll be flipping through this as I continue the monologue. So here's the kicker. Every other week, when I wasn't feeling myself, and that could have been for any reason, or I could not be sure where the story went from there, or I ran out of art supplies, which happened often, or maybe I didn't feel motivated and hated my art that week and I felt I would never be a professional artist, I would get art block. Here's how I got over the bi-weekly art block, and the problem with that line of thinking, of claiming art block. Whenever this would happen, my brother would just encourage me to keep on with the story, and I would. A lot of the time I would make a filler episode that added nothing to the story, but while I did that, I could come up with ways to advance the story. And I was keeping my mind, and more importantly, my hands busy. Therefore, I was improving both elements. Another thing I would do would be to jump on another story. And it isn't just me. I know you, that's right, you watching this right now, probably have more than one brilliant idea in your head. If you get stuck on one, get started on the other one. Along with this story, I had a bunch of other stories going on that I'd nearly forgotten about, all because of the afflictions of the so-called art block. As the years went on, I got art block a lot less, because I was prepared with just those two tools alone. And as I got older, there are more and more ways to get out of, and altogether avoid art block. There was a quote I read on Instagram that went along the lines of, "Inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us just show up and get to work." And that couldn't be more true. Since I started working at this full-time for about a year and a half already, I've never had art block and I've rarely had a day off. You shouldn't have art block simply because there's always something for you to draw. What's that one thing you've been avoiding? Cars, backgrounds, animals? Time to go to work on that. Maybe you need to tighten up your anatomy skills. The problem might be that you have too much free time. My clients are usually quite lax about deadlines, but I always make sure to put myself on a very short leash. This stretches my mental and physical boundaries. How many pages can you finish in a day? How quickly can you ink a panel? How fast can you write a plot summary? Art block isn't a plateau, and it isn't the lack of motivation. It's an amateur state of mind. As an artist, there's absolutely always something to draw, and if you find you're lacking the energy to do it, you need to start looking at the bigger picture. Where do you want to be in a few years as an artist? Wherever it is, it's going to take a lot more than you're putting in right now. Stop avoiding all of the subjects you don't have fun drawing. Those are mostly the ones you should focus on the most and will probably be the best at. Eventually you can take your art from 10-year-old art blocked amateur, like this, to paid professional artist. It will take very long and it won't be easy. I've just given you at least a couple years worth of work right there if you've been skipping all the important subjects all artists need to master. But it will be worth it. And that's a guarantee. Now make sure you like this video, subscribe and share it to all the sites that you frequent. And if you're interested in more content like this, make sure to let me know and follow me on all of the sites. I'll put them in the links below or somewhere in this video. And definitely leave me suggestions for other types of topics you'd like to see more of as well. They can be anything from more pep talks like this to more art tutorials, as you can see in the rest of my video gallery, or speed drawings, anything in between. Just let me know in the comments. Again, make sure you like the video. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. You guys have been great while I've been away. At the time of this video, I have something like 800 subscribers, so you guys are amazing. So really thanks, and make sure you keep supporting me, because that gives me the energy to keep making more content like this. Thank you for watching.